Hello, Hydrohaven community. Today we're diving into the wonderful world of watermelon growing. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or just starting out, there's nothing quite like biting into a juicy slice of homegrown watermelon on a hot summer day. So, let's get started on your journey to watermelon success. Choosing the perfect spot. Watermelons are sun worshippers, so pick a spot in your garden that gets full sun throughout the day. These sprawling vines need plenty of room, so aim for an area that's at least 4 to 6 feet wide per plant. Good air circulation is crucial, so avoid cramped or enclosed spaces. If you're short on ground space, consider growing watermelons on a trellis or in raised beds. Just remember, trellised melons may need extra support as the fruits develop. Soil preparation. Watermelons thrive in rich, well-draining soil. Before planting, work in plenty of organic matter like compost or well-rotted manure. This improves soil structure and provides essential nutrients. Aim for a soil pH between 6.0 and 7.0. If you're unsure about your soil's pH, pick up a testing kit from your local garden center. If your soil is particularly heavy or clay-like, consider mixing in some sand to improve drainage. Planting your watermelons. Timing is everything when it comes to planting watermelons. Wait until the soil is warmed up to at least 65 degrees Fahrenheit, usually a couple of weeks after the last frost date in your area. Create mounds about 4 feet apart and plant 4 to 6 seeds per mound about an inch deep. Once the seedlings emerge and have a couple of true leaves, thin them to the 2 strongest plants per mound. If you're in a cooler climate with a shorter growing season, you might want to start your seeds indoors about 3 to 4 weeks before the last expected frost. Watering wisely. Consistent moisture is key for watermelons, especially during fruit development. Water deeply but infrequently, providing about 1 to 2 inches of water per week. Drip irrigation or soaker hoses work well, as they deliver water directly to the roots and keep the foliage dry, reducing the risk of fungal diseases. Be careful not to overwater, as this can lead to root rot and bland-tasting melons. As the fruits near maturity, you can reduce watering slightly to concentrate the sugars and improve flavor. Mulching for success. Mulch is a watermelon's best friend. Mulch helps retain soil moisture, suppress weeds, and keep fruits clean as they develop. Black plastic mulch can be particularly effective as it warms the soil, which watermelons love. If you prefer organic mulches, wait until the soil is warmed up before applying a layer of straw or grass clippings. Just be sure to keep the mulch a few inches away from the plant stems to prevent stem rot. Feeding your watermelons. Watermelons are heavy feeders, so they'll appreciate some extra nutrients as they grow. Once the vines start to run, side dress each plant with a balanced fertilizer. Be careful not to over-fertilize, especially with nitrogen, as this can lead to lush foliage at the expense of fruit production. A fertilizer higher in phosphorus and potassium can encourage better fruit development. Supporting the fruit. As your watermelons develop, you might need to give them a little support. Place a thin board or piece of cardboard under each fruit to keep it off the soil. This prevents rot and helps the fruit develop evenly. If you're growing your melons vertically, you'll need to create slings to support the developing fruits. Old t-shirts or pieces of breathable fabric work well for this. Pest and disease management. Keep an eye out for common pests like aphids and cucumber beetles. For organic control, try insecticidal soaps or introduce beneficial predators like ladybugs. Watch for signs of powdery mildew or bacterial wilt, and remove affected plants promptly to prevent spread. Crop rotation can help prevent soil-borne diseases, so avoid planting watermelons or related crops in the same spot year after year. Pollination. Watermelons require pollination to set fruit. While they're typically pollinated by bees, you might need to lend a hand if you notice a lack of pollinators in your garden. Early in the morning, when the flowers are fully open, use a small brush to transfer pollen from the male flowers to the female flowers. This can significantly improve your fruit set. Harvesting your homegrown watermelons. Knowing when to harvest can be tricky, but there are a few signs to look for. Check the tendril nearest to the fruit. When it's dried and brown, your melon is likely ripe. The spot where the melon rests on the ground should turn from white to creamy yellow, Finally, give it a tap. A ripe watermelon will have a hollow sound. Don't rush to harvest. An unripe watermelon won't continue to ripen once picked. Conclusion. There you have it, Hydrohaven fans. We've covered all the basics of growing mouth-watering watermelons in your garden, from soil preparation to harvest and beyond. Remember, gardening is all about learning and adapting, so don't be discouraged if your first attempt isn't perfect. Each season brings new opportunities to refine your techniques and try different varieties. With a little patience, care, and the tips we've shared today, you'll be enjoying the sweet fruits of your labor in no time. So get out there, get your hands dirty, and start your watermelon growing adventure. Happy growing, and we'll see you in the next video.